Hey everybody, today we are creating a foldable to show evidence of chemical reactions. And so this is what your teacher should have given you, or if you are virtual, you may have printed this out. If you are doing the digital copy, then you can just type this. All right, so first we can start off folding it in half. Let's see, might have to slide it over a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna trim this up a little bit, and we're also gonna cut on the solid line. So I'm gonna trim this off, and the way this is set up, it should fit in your notebook pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure you're only cutting through on the top side. So we are gonna cut in between each one of these. Go ahead and cut between each of those. So we've cut each one of these, so between each word is a flap. You will need to have some colored pencils. You could use markers if you want. I'm gonna choose colored pencils. So basically, this phrase, city girls love their cell phones on, this is something that we can use to help us remember the evidences of a chemical reaction. So each one of these first letters, and I apologize if this whole thing's underlined, but it should just be the C. Each first letter is going to stand for one way that we can tell if a chemical reaction has taken place or not. So this C is going to stand for creates a new substance. So grab your writing utensil and we're gonna put creates a new substance. So create a new substance. So it's going to create a new substance. I'll zoom in a little bit so we can read that. So it's going to create a new substance. The G stands for gas. Gas is formed. So gas is formed. If you want to underline the first letter, go for it. So a gas is formed. I'm going to be a little nasty here and put a little person. And so here he is. And we know that people can create gases. He's got nice hair there. And so I'm gonna make it like a green color. So he's gonna create some gas. He's got some gas coming out of there. And I'm gonna draw somebody else here. They're gonna say, you're gonna have a frowny face, maybe mad eyes. Their hair's like, ah, ew. Ooh, it's hard to write with that colored pencil. So creation of a gas, that's my kid right there. He always laughs when he farts. So a gas is formed. That's one way to tell if there's a chemical reaction taking place. This L is going to stand for light. So if light is present, so light, or you can say light created, that's fine. I'm just gonna draw like a little light bulb here. And by now, you guys should know Miss Kennedy is no artist. Oh man, this is a rough looking light bulb. Maybe I'll put the little coils in there maybe. All right, so there's my light bulb. So if light is created, think also of like a glow stick. That would be evidence of a chemical reaction, that light. T stands for temperature change. So if there's a change in temperature, change. And this has to be something that's unexpected. So it's not like I'm gonna heat up water and that's changing my temperature. No, you did that. You are the one who heated up that water, or you are the one who put something into the freezer. You expect that to happen. So I'm gonna draw a little thermometer, an old school thermometer here. And so if my temperature changes, I'll draw the red in there. I know we don't use these all that much. Maybe you wanna draw a temperature gun, like when you get your temperature checked in different places now. The C stands for color change. So C stands for color change. And so again, this is not something that's like, if I take a few drops of food coloring and I put it in some water, yes, it's a color change. I'll just do some rainbow colors here. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. So yeah, if you are putting drops of food coloring into water and the temperature changes, that is not red, orange, yellow, green, blue. That is not a chemical reaction because it's something that you expect to happen. Like you are adding color to it. So it's not changing because of the chemicals. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Let's see. This is kind of plum. We'll call it purple. All right, so I've got a color change there. P stands for precipitate is formed. So precipitate is a solid. Precipitate. If you want to put formed on there, that's fine. And so this is a solid. So I'll have my test tube here and I'll make it, maybe my precipitate is going to be blue. It might just be like a little swirl of something solid. But basically, if I'm mixing two liquids together and somehow a solid is created, that's a precipitate. So a precipitate is formed. I'm gonna put a little arrow and say solid. And then finally, I'm gonna have odor. So think of those nasty stink bombs. This would be odor. Odor created. I'm gonna do my best here to try to draw a nose. That's his nostril right there, or hers. Got a nose, and then I'm gonna draw, I'll pull my stinky green here. So if there's some kind of odor, this doesn't have to be a bad smell either. I mean, think of if you bake cookies in the oven or you're cooking something yummy, it smells good. So odor doesn't necessarily mean something negative, but just if you smell something, if the odor changes, if you've ever used those stink bombs, they come in little like vials and you have to break those and then you get a smell. Yeah, that's stinky, but remember my other example as well, baking some cookies or something like that where you get a nice smell. All right, so this is going into your notebook. You guys need to study this, review it, and you will have many, many questions from here on out, many things where you have to be able to explain, describe if a chemical reaction has taken place, and this should help you guys out. Thanks for watching.